planners. The other is CALU, Conference for Advanced Underwriting, which is a membership of which focuses on tax and lobbying the government for these sorts of tax changes. So I'm a part of the coalition, and thank you everybody here for coming, because as you know, this is important. There are two things I want to talk about. I'm not going to bring up old points. I thought one would be a good anecdote to share with my friends, and the other would be a story from this past Saturday where our local MP in Burlington, Karina Gould, decided to speak at a very similar function. So I'll start with my anecdote. In 2006, I was employed by a firm in Oakville that was endorsed by the Ontario Medical Association. In fact, we provided financial advice and insurance planning advice for many years. At that time, I was on the inside making phone calls to my friends and saying why incorporation was so important. What comes to mind is Dr. Ellen. Now, obviously, I won't share her last name. A single mother of 4 children. Her 4 children were 22, 21, 19, 17. She was earning $400,000 a year, paying the highest personal rates, and I pushed hard to have a meeting to talk about incorporating. The reason why we wanted to incorporate was really simple. We can attract a 15% tax rate on a corporate level, and we can dividend sprinkle to the children to allow her to pay for their education, of which was medical school, and she can support her family. That kind of planning was life-changing for Dr. Ellen, and as such, my friends like Mustafa over here, who's my accountant, and I'm very happy to see a familiar face here, we've been advising our clients, specifically physicians, but many clients, to do similar strategies in the last 11 years. My personal anger doesn't come with the rhetoric. My personal anger comes from the fact that I was on the phone in 2006 when the Liberal government decided that in lieu of a pay raise, we would allow this opportunity for dividend sprinkling, whereas many lawyers, accountants, and other professionals weren't able to appreciate. 11 years later, the same Liberal government is using words like loopholes and tax avoidance and other rhetoric that's putting a target on our physicians. I've been to my physician several times in the past year. I had back surgery last year unexpectedly. I need you. And I'm more intimate with the math than most. And I took personal offense to the proposals on behalf of physicians. So thank you, because I have the forum to say thank you to you. Second, on Saturday, I'll share with you, I emailed my Liberal MP the day of the announcement. I believe it was July 19th. The response I received was a template response on August 29th, which eats up quite a bit of our 75-day consultation period, of which I got a template response that was shared by many other friends. We followed up with several other emails, only to be invited last Thursday for a town hall like this past Saturday, so 2 days notice. You'd be happy to know that a room a little bit bigger than this was a little bit more full than this, and I watched a Liberal MP get browbeaten for a good 2.5 hours. And the anecdotes and the stories. I want to say thank you for coming. The same thing I said to the people in that room. I would suggest there was 40 or 50 physicians, including some young moms who had their babies there, who were also coming home from their shift. And thank you for coming. And unbelievable segue. Thank you. I'll leave it there.